Preservation of capital is more important than making money. You want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downsides at the same time. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures and education program. And we're glad you could be here today. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which was created by, founded by, managed by, incorporated by Chad Christian, who we call Croach, who managed us through the muddy waters of everything investing. We're glad you could be here today. My name is Mark McSee. I'm one of the moderators here at American Dream Trading. If this is your first time for being here, make sure you click that subscribe button and also click your notification button so that you do not miss any other of our broadcasts. And we are, speaking of broadcasts, we are live 3 times a day. Hey, Eric over there. We are live 3 times a day from 9 coaches live, 9 to 11 daily. I'm live with 2 to 4, and we have our aftermarket show with Don over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. It's called the Aftermarket Show. That starts at 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. So head on over there. I will say, yes, remember how I've been saying for the last couple weeks, well, ever since I've been here, actually, that if you're on one account, you should have a backup account. Well, our TikTok one is not working at all anymore. And so everybody was on TikTok over on the American Dream Trading site can no longer watch. So hopefully they took my advice and are signing up and coming over to our American Dream Trading channel. Those of you who are here on YouTube now, make sure you also have an alternate account, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, all of them, right? So good to have you here, Eric. I see X the Trader and others are in here today. Glad to have you with us. We get that backup account. For those of you that aren't on YouTube, you can go to our channel on YouTube, AmericanDreamTrading.com. And while you're over there, there's over 2,000 free training videos that you can watch at your own leisure. And they're all even categorized. You can look at them by, say, if you want to watch Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy, there's a lot of videos over there on that. And if you're only on YouTube, make sure you go grab them alternate accounts, because even YouTube can go down from time to time. So glad you could be here. If you do have any questions, feel free to type them into your chat box, and we'll do our best to answer them as time allows. It is Friday, also known as Options Friday. Tends to be a little bit more volatile as people exit out of their positions and take profits for the weekends. Most people don't want to hold over the weekend because news events can happen that could wreck their accounts come Monday morning. So a lot of times they'll start with a clean slate. I know I don't hold anything overnight, but I never have. So yes, I'm daily out of my stuff. I'm not out just weekly. I am out on a daily basis. So anyway, if you got questions, type them in there. Again, we don't have TikTok with us today, so it will just be YouTube and Facebook and Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Rumble, etc. Kick, all those different ones. So, anywho, you get all the attention today because there's usually a lot of people on TikTok, right? So we did pretty good this morning. I did again my normal. I got me some nice trades on copper. I got some beautiful trades on copper, various times of the day. I was I said I was done trading for the day. You should never say never, by the way. Missed some other big runs. But I had a good day. I had a new car day, so I did okay today, right? I made enough to pay for a new car today, so that's, whatever. Is that enough? I don't know. I'm not driven by dollars, so, um, large bank accounts don't oppress me. Uh, Again, as long as I have what I need to pay my bills and have a few bucks left over, I'm happy. I consider myself to be successful that way. Unfortunately, it's just been, raining down money on me here lately. I don't know what happened, but yeah, just like something shifted. I don't know. So I've been just killing it here lately, financially in the futures markets, and so had finding great financial results here over the last few weeks. And again, this just didn't happen overnight. Obviously, time spent and effort employed over time to learn how to do this is paying off now. So, anyhow, this too can be you by joining AmericanDreamTrading.com, where we do not guarantee your success, by the way. So, check us out. You can go over our website. We have different membership packages. Matter of fact, you heard me talking about these promos. A coach is about to, I think he's yanking the crypto promo. I think's the last one. But let me share these special promotions if I have it. Let me see here. Right there. And then over. Oh, hang on 1 minute. I didn't have it loaded up. That's why I can't find it. It's hidden. Let me get my. Hard to run a good thing. Hard to get good help around here. There we go. We have so many Discord rooms. I gotta make sure I can find the one that's in. There it is. Oh, that's videos. Promo. Where's you at, promo? So, duh, right there where I looked first time. All right. So let me bring this up here. These are our current promos about to be halted forever. So if you want these lifetimes, you need to grab these ASAP. They are about to go away. They are on a limited time. Some of these are going to be flat out canceled also. So Doug, I see, is putting the direct links to the different memberships that we have. I guess Diamond is our all-inclusive, everything we've ever done, kitchen sink, the cat's meow, the creme la creme of all membership levels. Includes everything, lifetime memberships on all of our membership levels, instant access to everything we've ever created or will ever create in the future. So that includes lifetime membership, stock options, crypto, futures, and anything else. If we'd say we'd open one for bonds, it'd be for that also. You never pay again. $10,000 one-time payment. However, during this promotion period, you can make two payments of $5,000. We have the VIP Gold Complete, which is a combo plan of our VIP Gold, two plans rolled up into one, and you can get that for $8,000 or two payments of $4,000 each. We got the VIP Lifetime, $4,000 with the $2,000 payments times two, if you like, the gold add-on, and the Futures Lifetime. And I believe that is about to be killed, to be quite honest with you. I think I might have heard him say today is the last day. Don't hold me to that. That Futures Lifetime is going to go away. I do know that as a fact. So as long as it's on the website, it's eligible for purchase. That is for $4,000, which is $1,000 off a normal lifetime, and two payments of $2,000 each if you so choose to do it that way. We also, Coach is still giving away that $1,000 cold, hard cash, right? And you can participate in that also, if you like, by clicking on that link that's in Doug's thing there. So check that out. And I need to switch it here for something. Bear with me. Try that. All right. Members heard that. Okay, so Doug's got all those entered. That enter to win 1,000 cash is the sweepstakes thing. It's just you got to basically click on the thing and then go visit our website, go visit our YouTube channel, go visit our, the different social media platforms. It's nothing that you got to, anything complicated. Through the Gleam system, which is the big one that runs all the sweepstakes on any websites. And the best thing is it totally picks the winner randomly. We have no input on who it picks. So that's a good thing. So everybody's eligible. If you live in the United States, you are eligible to win that prize. Again, so anyhow, that is a good deal. As a matter of fact, because it is even totally 100% totally random, even ADT members are allowed to join that, and moderators, right? That's kind of cool. So, all right. Had a good day, had a good week, had a good last 2 weeks. Very happy. So there's our promos. You can take a snapshot of that if you want, real quick, if you want. But go over to our website, AmericanDreamTrading.com, and scroll down there halfway. You'll see a link for our Discord. You can go in there and see all that stuff in there also. In addition to going in to get our free Discord, you also have instant access to our stock lounge where you can interact with other live paid members and ask questions, discuss stocks, discount link in there. There's also links to the membership packages. I'm sorry, my brain just shut off there for a second. Anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program as soon as I get a drink of coffee here. Anyhow.
Mark, I'll be right back.
Okay, sir. All right. Ben, to take a walk around the block. See, we don't have any questions on there right now, so we should be good to go here for a little while. Make sure you click that thumbs up. Make sure you click that subscribe if this is your first time being here today. If it's not your first time here today, well, then you should be able to and be ready to, and not be embarrassed to, click share. And make sure you share this link out to your social media platforms. So, anyhow, we will do that. Let's take a walk around the block real quick. Let's take a look. Gold did well today, too. Hit a new 52-week / record high today. I don't know that it went back to, well, yeah, it did. It backed up a little bit higher, just a hair higher. It set the first one earlier this morning. Now it broke the other one by a few cents. 63 even, right? 62, 32, 63 even. All right. There we go. So now, record high of gold stands at $3,263 even. Earlier today, it was like, what time was that? 9:30-ish. It tapped up there, set its first new record. It kept breaking up higher, 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 higher. I did make some money off of that today, to the upside, to the downside, when it pulled back, as did other members. I wasn't in it real heavy, but I don't know, where was I? I think I did have one big trade in there, if I can't remember right. I don't know. I traded so many different things that I can't remember. I did very well on copper, as did a lot of our members. It had some really beautiful runs. And if I remember right, I might have been in this one. This thing just took off. Yeah, there's that big candle. Anyway, actually, and I haven't talked about this lately, soybean oil, ZL, it's fun to trade also. It's had some nice price action movements. Get these nice ups and downs is what you want to see, right? That way you can play them up, you can play them down, all around. And of course, it's the same thing. It's an agricultural product. It tends to slow down in the afternoon also. And then, of course, we always have our indices, which are always running. So, anyway. Okay. And there's the Russell, which is your small cap. And there is the Dow Jones, which I think, what did it lose yesterday? 1,800 points or something, I think. Is Eric asks over there on the YouTube live chat, is the 2 minute EW strategy your primary strategy, or are you scalping? Yes, I do both. Uh, I started out with doing nothing but the EWO strategy my first year because that's all I really knew how to do. Scalp Scalping is an advanced thing to do, takes experience. So then I got into doing that, and I pretty much consider myself a scalper anymore. However, because there's a danger of being a scalper if you don't have self discipline, self control. You can jump in and out too much, right? And you get into kind of like a gambling mentality if you're not careful. I'm not saying that's what I was doing, but one of our other moderators, Ange, who was one to help everybody knows, loves and adores, and a deer, a female deer. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's a different movie. She put out a challenge about the EWO. I preach the EWO every day because I believe in it so much, but I wasn't actively doing it, which there's nothing wrong with it. I had a trading strategy of that way I was scalping and playing off the breaks and holds above the nines, and being very successful in doing that. But I was also exiting trades, jumping in and out unneedlessly. So, here not too long ago, Ange said she didn't really challenge us, but she said, told us what she was going to do. And I just thought that sounded interesting. And I'm like, She said she was going to start playing nothing but EWOs and waiting for the setups and the EWO setups. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty good. So I kind of accepted it too. So I'm glad I did. It's kind of reeled me back from jumping in and out. Do I still scalp? Yeah. Do I want to sit here and wait on EWOs? No. But when you do, they are extremely profitable. So 2 minute EWO is the way to go. Um, we were sitting waiting on some today, and we pretty much all said at the same time, ain't no way we're sitting here. And I just went right back into scout mode, as did a bunch of other people. So, and whatever, you just can't. I mean, you can, right? But if the markets aren't giving you anything at the time, well, then maybe you have to change your trading strategy, to what's going on in the markets. At that thing, everything was just choppy and ugly and nasty and just high volatility. So basically, I just started scalping here and there, right? Getting the little tiny runs up and down and stuff. Not the ones run that run, but yes, I'm trying to get back to being an EWO player, but I also understand the importance of being able to switch at a moment's notice to trade that's in front of you. And that may not always be an EWO play, right? So, and I'm impatient. It's hard. It is. It's hard to go back like that, but it's a lot less stressful, and it's actually pleasantly financially rewarding. It really is, right? Um, and you are better off to get. I mean, just look at this here. Here's the Dow, right? I've probably never traded the Dow, but one click of the mouse. If you got in this EWO here at 11:30, you would still be in this trade up till just a little bit ago. One click of the mouse, get in here where you're supposed to. That's 919 ticks. All right, we'll just call it 900. All right, make it even. And the Dow, because I don't trade it, the Dow pays $5 a tick. And there's 900. There's almost 1,000. There's 900 ticks, right? We'll call it 900. Round it down, right? Times what I say, 5. It's 4,500. You trade 10 of them, there's $45,000 with 2 clicks of a mouse. One to enter the EWO, one to exit the EWO. Literally sit there and watch that trade go up all stinking day. Yeah, so there were some pullbacks, but I got in clear down here. Why am I worried about that little pullback? Now, I guarantee you I would have got out of this trade and then re-entered it, but that's beside the point. I think, look, it was still, even with that pullback, it's still, this here right now is still higher than that was. Look how much higher that was. So if you can stomach those things, that ain't nothing there, right? So, could you not sit in that and make $45,000 if I told you to sit there for the next 3 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever? Yeah, 3 hours. I'll give you 45 grand. I think I'd do that Very simple, very easy. When what I got out, well, I would have, I mean, not supposed to, but I know I would have got out here for a while, right? And then I would have re-entered here again and then rode the wave back up. So there's still a lot of money there to be made, right? Now I can play it to the downside. I had a break and hold to the downside. If I was sitting here trading this by myself, I would jump in that break and hold under the 9. Now it's broke through here. I can ride that bad boy down to the next levels, clear down to the 200 if I want to, right? It probably will pull down to here before it stops, right? I don't have this charted out, but I can look across here and see where the levels are at, right? If I wanted to draw some lines on there, I can just pop a quick line or two on there, right? So it is very in your best vested interest if you learn the 2-minute EWO strategy and implement it in your trading. Matter of fact, I go far as to say make it your number one trading strategy. Yes, I have the same bad habits as you, probably, even though I don't know you personally, right? I would venture to guess that I can ask the other people that are our paid members that are in this room who have an advanced open microphone, did they break coaches' rules? Do they have the same bad habits as I do? And I can guarantee you, if they were honest, all of them would say yes, right? So we all do the same dumb things, right? We all get the same bad habits. New people come in and say, well, I did this and I did that. And we are, we can empathize. Been there, done that, right? And it's not to brag or anything else. It's just now we're able to talk to them about it and maybe hopefully help them so that they don't do it in the future. And then in turn, if they're here for a while, somebody I knew is going to come on. Hey, I did this. And that person that we just helped is going to be able to help somebody else. It's what community is all about. And we got the best community on the internet here. And that's not bragging. Yeah, it is. It's bragging, but it's the truth. As far as I know it. That's good enough for me. All right, what other questions we have over there? Dun, 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 dun. When did I have a market executed on 6E? I guess that's old. Those are all old orders. Just never clicked the things off. Now, how did I get them dumb things off there in one fell swoop? I guess I'll just have to click them all. That way they'll be gone. I don't have to worry about it. Click one button there, but hang on. Anyhow, those are gone. Oop, one more button. All right. Hey, Doug, good to see you come back over there, Doug Moon. You come back on a regular basis. Good to see you. So we did have very good runs today. Now, we were setting in at 9:30, man. We sat there and sat there and sat there this morning. Had market news came out, and it reacted to it a little bit, made some money on it, and kicked right back to where it was at, basically. What time we got here? 9:30-ish. It is right here. Market reacted to the news. Consumer sentiment was a lot lower, which we kind of figured it would be, but the markets didn't. They just kind of shrugged it off. Yeah, initially at 8:30 this morning, right here when the news came up, there was a little bit of an uptick, and then everything just down from there. But you look how chaotic it was. Yes, I made a few bucks at the open here myself, but it did pull back on that settlement, but it just got choppy. I think I took one scalp right in this mess, I think. And then after that, I kind of just sat there. It was just all jammed up. Yeah, it looks like it went straight up, and I can't remember if I took one of the. I might have took this trade. I don't know. I don't remember. It's just all blur anymore. And there was a lot of nice down EWOs. Again, let's take a look. Where does the EWO tell you to get in? Well, right here. And where's the next one at? Right there. That one there faded, so that one's go good. And that one right there. And then we got one right here. And then we got, oops, click my button, there. And let's take a look at the EWO over here. I'm going to say it was right about in here because these were flat, right? So let's go back and evaluate these EWOs. If I had entered here at 9, basically a quarter till 10, would I have made money on this EWO because it told me to get in here? Would I have made money on this trade? Went straight up, didn't it? All right, here's a red or another green. There was a red one there when it pulled back, but it fell apart. So here's a green one. So would I made money on that one? Nope. Look, see, because it went up, and as soon as it came in, it pulled back. The sellers jumped in there, so I would have actually lost money on that one. That's one out of whatever, right? Here's the red EW. What I made money on that? Yep, went down lower than it was when I entered. So what do you got? 3 out of 4 of them, those would have made money. That one just got up here for whatever reason and fell apart. And if we look through the rest of the day just on ES, let's see the other ones. There's that one there. That would have made money. All right. That's your entry points. Here's another EWO starting about right there. Would I made money on that to the downside? Yes, I would have. Oh, we'll go here. Let's look at this one. That EWO, we'll just pick that one. And would I have made money to the upside on this one? Yeah, look at the money I would have made on that one. See, you never know when you enter a DWO how far it's going to go. What the heck time was that? 11:30. Holy shimoda. Look at that. Oh, oh. Let me measure. Did I measure that one or not? I don't recall. Let me shrink this down here a hair so I can see what we got. All right. Or maybe I did do that one. All right. So there was the one from there all the way down to here. Yeah, I did that one already. It's 500 ticks or whatever. Gopher guy, got your hand up. Hello.
Doug earlier today mentioned some new videos in.
Mm-hmm.
We've already stashed those under.
Let me share my screen here too. Well, you won't be able to see it, but it's under futures, right? And it's under the futures. It's called Futures Video on Demand channel. To take profit, there's a basic mechanics one there. That would be under that basic mechanics. Okay.
Okay, take profit, basic mechanics.
Yeah.
Okay, all dated 4/6.
Well, yeah, that both of those actually. So the last one I believe is the one with the videos in it. So as you can see here, right? So, and I will show the people at home. I want to show you something here. Do you think we're pulling your leg when I say this is my own personal Discord through it's American Dream Trading. Let me show you all these channels. If you're a free member, this is all you would see is this area here, these couple channels here, and here's you get in the different questions, onboarding information. You also get the stock lounges. This is the free area. And you get follow ups. You can do payments, merch store, scammer alert, coaches hardware, Hall of Fame club, tech sale, promotional videos. There's videos in here, right? That we have stored up in there. So there's all those kind of things. That's all the free members get. So for everything down here is for paid members. There's our crypto, the guys that are in crypto, right? There's our crypto's live chat. You can see them in here. I'm just going to scroll through, not that you can really read it, but they're in here talking about trades and news releases and different things that goes on in the crypto world. They have, there's white paper, there's all kinds of stuff. There's their Zoom, there's their live chat. They can talk. They also have their own videos on demand type thing on how to learn all these different things. What's crypto exchange? What's a stable coin? What's a Web3 EB? What about crypto scams? How to use the certain exchanges. So there's all kinds of training videos that they've created there. They've done a lot of hard work. And then there's a regular lounge that they use for, that's a futures lounge, that they use for general information. Same way with futures. We have a futures lounge, which is basically just a general thing. Then there's videos on demand. There's a whole list of training videos just for future members only, that only future members can look at, paid members, right? So these are all self-created things. And then there's things about prop firms. There's all our newsletters and things that we've done. There's our live chat room for futures, right? We're talking about trades. People are putting in, how much money they make. There's a little news blurb. There's me making fun of Ange, that it didn't work. It backfired on me. So yeah, we talk about our trades and stuff in there. Mentorships with coach. Gold people get gold VIP got their own things also. And again, the gold would have everything above it except for futures, right? They have the lower levels on up. So there's gold training rooms and stuff. There's some of our different moderators and what these are the I tell you about the VIP gold sessions that are recorded that you can go back and look at any time. Well, right here they are. Right there's a whole channel just with this kind of stuff. And then there's the replays. You can look at all those. So there's all these channels in here, right? There's the VIP have their own things and their own training. Look at all the videos and stuff that's in there also. The basic membership package would only see these kind of things, but you get the membership lounge where you can go in and talk, right? Hot stock picks, IPO corner, profit and loss, how to set up things. There's a trading view, videos on demand. There's just all kinds of stuff in here. Training, workshop classes, health, wealth, fun house, right? Help wanted for if we're looking for like videographers or whatever things coach has. And then we have our staff and our marketing arm, which you guys wouldn't have access to. And then we have a claim ticket section. So these are things you see as membership. Now, as a free member, you're not going to see all them, right? You're only going to see this thing. You're going to say, well, there ain't much in this Discord. Well, yeah, there ain't much you could see. But as you get a paid membership, those things are all unlocked, and then you can see them based on your membership level. So a premium member is obviously not going to see a diamond member's stuff. So that's how that works. Membership has its privileges. Questions? Let me do something here real quick. All right, hang on one moment. I really am brain dead. There we go. Getting it. Takes a minute. All right. All right. Took care of that. All right. Let me back to the regularly scheduled program. Yeah, Eric says I need it because I'm very impatient. Yep, it's hard to sit there even, so it does help you develop it. Tanner asked, would I take a look at M2K? I'd be more than happy to look at M2K, otherwise known as a Russell 2000, which is RTY is the exact same chart. Had a question on how many double tops it had today. Thank you for your training. Well, you're quite welcome. Double tops. Well, you can take the big view here, right? Scroll out a little bit. Got one right here, right? I can draw a line, pop a line on my chart. Right there's one, right? I'll color code them there for you just so you can see it. There's a yellow line there. You can see there's some here too, right? These peaks right here, right? So we got this mess right here, right? Peaks there, peaks there, peaks there. Now it's a little bit of a weaker one, right? Tops up here. You can see how this came up and shelved out here, right? So there's also another key critical area. You got your bottoms down here. So, but yeah, you had at least two to three double tops. I mean, you can count these ones down here also, right? That you could have used as a double top type of thing strategy. It's just a peak of it, right? Did it come up and hit it and reject? Well, yeah, look at it. Bang, reject. Right? Come up here, bang, it did reject a little bit, but then it broke through. Came back down to them same levels, hit it, and bounced off, right? Because now that's a critical level. It came down, bounced off, came down, then blew through it, right? Tried to go back up through it, rejected off. So that shows you how the power of those historical levels there. And you can make plays off that. You can see over here, that double top, right? Came up, tried to break through again, rejected, come down to this other level, bounced around. So it's bounced around like a ping pong ball, right? It's stuck between them levels, right? It's like span this out a little bit. So then it finally did break through, but it came down and, so now it's respecting the channels. Does that answer your question there, Tanner? And you can make plays off of every one of those. So anyhow, Hang on one moment, please. One moment. I'll be right back. All right. All right. I got dry, and I forgot to bring my drink down. So I texted my wife, "Can you bring me something to drink, please?" And she did. Okay, so let's see. Back to this. Yep. So that's M2K R2Y Russell 2000. Plenty of good opportunities for up and down plays there. Also, look at how many EWOs there were. If you'd have done the EWO strategy, right? Could have got. Let's just go back here to the beginning of the day. Here's where the start of the session was at. It was already in a EWO, so there was a slight uphill, and you could have rode that one for a little bit, but it was really choppy. So here's this next one. That opportunity to the downside right there. You'd have gotten it up there, rode that down. You would have had to choose to get out. Now again, it was choppy, but you got to make the decision. As far as entry, it shows you where to get in. You would have made money on that one also. Here's the next one. Let's find our next green one. That's kind of flat. So we'll say flat. That whole thing was kind of flat. I mean, you could argue maybe right here that one was a little bigger than the first. So what did that one do to the upside? Well, there you go. There's to the upside again. And it pulled back. You'd have to decide when to get in. There's a little red there. You could argue that's a continuation of the first, just a slight pullback, but there is red there. So I can go here, and now I play that EWO, bang, 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 right? So which you think would be easier to do, scalp that or play an EWO where you just enter? Yep. Doug, got your hand raised up. What's up?
We have Mazda Mitch over there in the YouTube. It's kind of an interesting request, to be fair.
Okay.
Do you feel like doing a replay EWO and demonstrate shedding?
I can. All right. Um, who asked that?
Mazda Mitch.
Oh, Mazda Mitch. Man, Mazda Mitch, you're lucky I like you, Mazda Mitch. You come here all the time. You're in our Discord.
Putting in the work.
Putting in the work. That's right. All right. So, well, I mean, shaving is, again, when you decide to shave, that's your decision when you do it. All right. So I'll show you here, but I'm going to explain the big picture first. So we'll use this one here, right? So we'll pretend we got in here. So basically, you shave on pullbacks, right? And if there's no really any pullbacks, then there's no reason to shave. Okay. So you could argue this went up, and then it. I mean, there was some little candles here, but you're not going to shed on every little teeny pullback, right? So let's just say you stomach through this and it broke through, and I'm okay. Now I got up here and it broke VWAP, but then it pulled back, so I got scared. So okay, I shed 50%. Climbs up, right? Climb up. There's really no thing here. Now I can. It's starting to pull back. I can shave again. Is it going to hold here? Well, I don't know. It pulled back. I can shave again. You know, those type of things. Now, can I go into replay mode here? Yes, and play that? I can. I haven't done this for a while, but we'll go over here. All right. So I'm going to go. Oops, where's my button? Hang on. Oh, here it is. Hang on. I got to put this on. You said you wanted what, 3? All right. So I'm going to buy 3. All right. All right. Where's my buy button? Oh, there it is down here. There it is down here. Yeah. Why is it clear down there? We got real time on? I don't know. It doesn't show. Anyway, so, all right. So I'm coming in here with 3. I'm going to say I have a stop loss, which I'll have to pull down once it gets going. So this is the replay feature that's built in the trading view, right? I'll have to adjust it accordingly. So we should be, man, here. Is this where I started? Yeah. Okay. I started, actually, here's where we're starting it, but I got it. I backed it up ahead, a little bit ahead there. So, anyhow, here's the play. This is the replay feature that's built into TradingView. So I'm waiting. Let's just say I already got out of this trade, right? Because I wrote it down and it pulled out. So now I'm sitting here waiting patiently for the next one the next EWO to form because I'm already in the red. I could have scalped this. I could have done a break and hold below the 9 plays. I would have not just sat here idly, especially when this is happening, right? I could have even made argue, and I probably wouldn't have, but you could do a break and hold above the 9 there. I probably wouldn't, but on the downside, I would have. So now we're getting down here. Now we're getting into where it's kind of getting a little thing there. I'm going to buy 3 of these, right, and hold them. I'm on a long position, holding. So now just let it work. Right now, there's your first 2-minute EWO bar where it changes over. There's the second one trying to form, right? So now it's just a matter of managing the ride, right? Deciding where's my indicators. Now I do have VWAP and a 200 up here. I got to watch them. But if this can break through and up here, then I'll have all my indicators other than this up here. So it won't be a 6-star trade, but it's still a decent trade, right? So now I just ride. Again, I got in down here. I guess I should have waited till now to push. Let me change this. Let me buy these now. There we go. Actually, I kind of got in late. I should have backed it up, got to there. But anyway, this is more accurate than the other one. So now I'm playing. It's in a green EWO. I'm gonna let it play. Now, oops, I gotta get my stop loss in there. So if I'm going to manage my stop losses, right, and if I want to shed, I only have 3, so, I don't really have 50, 50, 50, 20, 20, 20, but I can shed, let's just say I'm going to prepare to shed 1 off on the way out if it pulls back. So I'll let it go, let it go, let it go, right? And I'm gonna, if I get a major pullback, again, I got this in the wrong spot, bought it wrong. I should have bought over there. We'll let it play out. But the shed, all I do is load up how many do I want to shed? Put the number up there, type it in, and when I decide I'm ready to sell the shed, which may be never, it may go straight up, right? We don't know, right? When we enter a trade, maybe we won't have to shed till the end, right? So we'll let it run. But I have, if coach's shedding strategy is 50, 20, 20, 10, right? It's assuming you have enough that you could do that with, right? Obviously, with 3, you can't do that. So we'll just go 30, 30, 30, right? 33 and a third, third, third. And we'll let it go, let it run. This is faster than real speed, but it is working. All right, so now my EWO is climbing a little bit here. It's coming up to the 200. Could reject. I got to worry about what's going on up here, right? What's it going to do? Well, went up to try to touch that, and look what it did. It bounced. So as long as I stay up here, I'm okay, right? If I get a pullback, I can come up here, click the sell button, right? Preserve, lock in my my profits. Again, it's easier said than done, when you look at it, but you don't just freak out because one candle pulls back. As long as it stays above my indicators, in this case, the 9, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm not going to shed any. All right, there it is, testing the VWAP right up here, right? Testing VWAP. It's got to break and hold above that, right? Well, there's resistance. We'll wait and see if it breaks and holds. As long as I stay up here above my level, I'm going to choose this level here as my shed point. If it pulls back below that, I'm going to shed one. As of right now, that's going to change. You can see I'm up $1,100. And this is a good exercise to do at the end of the day or at the end of the week. Pick something, then replay it and see what your decisions would be. It's easy to pull up a chart that's already completed and armchair quarterback it, right? Criticize somebody else's chart. You're not looking at real time. This here gives you, it's not quite real time. It's a hair faster, but you can adjust the timing. But you can't sit here for another, hour while we replay this, obviously, right? So I'm still up here. I'm still good shape. I'm at VWAP. I just don't want to break through. If I get a break through this line here, I'm going to dump one of these, right? I'm going to shed one just to lock in my profits, right? Right now, it's starting to get a little heavy there, right? But it's hanging there. If it consolidates, I may shed also. I do that sometimes too soon. Let's see. You got to hold on. I'm up $570 at the moment, not from the high of whatever it was, 1,000, right? It just does not want to break through VWAP. Oh, look at that. All right, it's going to break and hold, though. That's the key. And now I got to 200. I'm trapped between my 2 strongest indicators on my chart, the 200 and VWAP. Well, if it can break through there, that'll be fantastic. Now I'm up 2,000, right? but it hasn't broken, held above the 200 yet. That's what I'm waiting on. That'll be a stronger position. There we go. There's our break. Is this going to be our hold here or not? Okay. Again, this is a replay feature. I'm just didn't really see what it was doing, but we just picked it and did it. Look at that. Now I'm way up there. Do I want to slide my stop up? Yeah, I probably should, right? I'll keep it below VWAP, a hair below. Just in case there's a ginormous. That guarantees me $840 as of right now. Okay. I'm up $3,000 in this trade. Well, there's a pullback. I'll see what happens. This pulls back a third time, I'm going to shed one. Okay. I'll lock in the profits that I have right now, but get rid of one, lock into profits of one, right? Bank it. So keep going here, making decisions. Now I'm up here at these levels, right? So again, this is still a great trade. Too bad I wasn't in this for real. Anyway, you can see I'm up $3,200 right now. So now I'm at this critical level. Now I'm going to worry about, I'm at a level. So if it consolidates or starts to pull back here, I am going to shed some. I'll lock in the profits. Well, it broke through. So now my next point of decision is up here and making sure it stays up, breaks and holds above this level. So I just sit here and watch, see what happens. It didn't break and hold. It's consolidating there. So I'm still going to keep going. If it don't stay above this line, I may shed one. Okay. Yep, there it is below that line. It's not quite. I'm not going to shed just for the sake of shedding, but you can, right? You really want to lock in. I could always slide my stop up, make it a little tighter. I'll move it up here below the 200, right? I wanted to show you how to shed, but there's really, other than this dip here, there's really no reason to, right? So we'll just keep going here. Oh, there's a pullback. If it doesn't stay there above that new level, if it pulls back at all, I'm going to dump one of them. I'm up $3,345 right now. Oh, what's that going to do? That candle there is peeking down below it. And I am to keep consolidating here, so I'm going to go ahead and shed one. I can to make a decision it doesn't really like to go above this level yet here, right? Even if it is saying. So now, did I do one? Thought I did, didn't I? Doesn't show there. I must not have hit the button or something, right? Boom. Why isn't that selling off here? What's going on here? Still says 3. Sell. Don't know.
Mark, you're using the wrong one. You have to use the one at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yep, I keep forgetting that. It's been a while since I've done this. So I would have shed. It's okay. It's still up there, right? I'm going to sell one. So, bam. I hit it twice. Sorry. So now I'm there. I got one left. We'll just say shed 2 because it stood there. So now I got one left. I'm going to let that last runner run, but I am going to make a decision. How low do I want it to go, right? This is where I might tighten up my stop, right? As long as it stays above. To me, my cutoff is as long as it doesn't go below, break and hold below the 21. So I'll put it right here in the middle of this channel. So no matter what, right now I'm up 1,000 on that last one. I'm guaranteed 765. I'm going to let it run. If I get stopped, I get stopped, right? This could very well come up here and go up, but it may not. My line in the sand is the 21. That doesn't mean yours has to be that way. So now I'm going to just let this go until, if it climbs up higher, I may slide my stop up tighter. If it can break up through my next level here, I will move my stop. And see how this is consolidated? It really doesn't want to go any higher than that today, right now, at this point. Nope. See, it just doesn't. So if I get stopped out here, great. I'm getting 765. Now I can hit right here and get out of the trade right now, take the full 935 or slide this up, but there's no real reason to. Do I want to tighten it up a little? I can. I mean, I can put it about up to where that other one was at. Candle. Oh, see, that got me. So I got that, whatever it was, 765, and now I've out of all my positions. So really, what I shed here, it was one candle. But get up here in a period of consolidation where don't really want to do anything. How long do you want to sit there? Depends how patient you are. So I ended up shedding 2 there, one by accident, but I shed 2 and then ran the other one down. Slid my stop up a little tighter. If it pulls down and hits it, fine. I'm guaranteed that money. Irregardless, I was a green trade the whole way, right? I locked in all that profit except for that last $760. And I got stopped out because I had my line in the sand where I want to get out at. And you don't just slide that down out of the way because it's profit, like, well, maybe it'll bounce here and then go up. I changed my mind. No. When you move your stop somewhere and that's where you wanted to put it, don't change it. Leave it there. Don't give up profit. If you slide it up too tight, well, yeah, you could adjust it a little bit, but don't keep moving it around, hoping that it'll bounce up even higher. So that's the replay mode. Webull has it. Most brokers have a replay mode on there anyway. So, oh, look, I made $4,400 profit in cash, 100% win. Oh, look at that. I even got little sprinkle things. So even with shedding, I still made $4,000 on a couple clicks of a mouse. Look at that. Would have stayed in that longer, huh? But we were just looking at that time period. So hopefully that helps. Didn't confuse you even more. Yep. Why not shave off 2 and let the last one? Well, that's a possibility. What if we would have still been holding on and I only shed 1 and it's taken off now, right? There'll be a lot of times where you do a shedding thing, you'll shed 50%. Coach's technique is 50, 20, 20, 10. That's assuming you have, 10%, or 10 things of one. But get rid of half, lock in half, and let the other half run. And then as it pulls back, you shed more. So I actually clicked by mistake 1 extra time, but I did dump 2 of them up here and let the last one run. So, you shed 1, let the runner run till it says it ain't going to run. Then you shed again. What did you have to shed here in this consolidation? No, absolutely not. Because it's neither going up or down. I just wanted to lock in profits. It's just a feeling, however you want to do it. You're welcome, Mazda Mitch. All right. That's the replay mode. And that's something you should do. I haven't done that lately for the longest time. So I forgot about that button down there. But it's a very effective tool for evaluating your trade, right? One of the things you can do, because if you even do reevaluate yours, you may remember where the candles are. So you can always what I would do is close my eyes, look away, scroll back randomly, right? And then put your mouse on the replay mode, scroll back, hit replay. Forgot I got to exit the other one. So I'm going to scroll back here, hit replay mode, click here, slide it back a random spot, click play, click, right? And then you can start the replay thing and then make your trade decisions based on what you got at a random kind of thing, right? And you can do that. It'll start just automatically playing. What would I do, right? And you never know what you're going to get. Oh, look, there's a break below there. Where's my indicators at? Up here. Where's there, right? Maybe I'll play this to the downside. I have no idea. So if you can spin it, give it a spin and then keep your finger up here and hit replay when it quits without actually looking, bang, and then you can get in here and play random plays, right? Now you may end up in something like this. Well, what are you going to do? This may not move. What is this? Is this during the day? No, this is going to suck because it's at 10 o'clock at night, right? 9 o'clock at night. So it's not going to be a lot of volume, right? Well, what would you do if you got trapped in this situation? So you can do those things and play them. So, all kinds of games you can play there with yourself, right? So, anyway, we are done with that. I thought I'd get out of this thing. All right. We are done with that. All right, what else we got? Yep. All right, what are we doing here around the markets? We got an hour left in the day. It's Friday. Options Friday. People are going to get out of their stuff not only for the end of the typical work end of the day, but they're also getting out for the weekend. And for those of you who are trading, and with real money or practicing on paper trading that you are entering the weekend green. Always good, even if you're $1 green, to enter the weekend that way. And speaking of trying to get green, we do have our promo, which will be ending ASAP. So let me show you that one last time here. Offers and promos at our Discord, which you can go to at americandreamtrading.com, and you can sit there and stare at it all day if you want to. There's our promo page. Promo offer, Diamond Lifetime. That's our all-inclusive, everything included. Lifetime, Diamond Lifetime membership. Everything we've ever created, ever will create. It's that in the kitchen sink and more, all in one package. Any new programs that we develop in the future, yes, those are automatically included and automatically belong to you. VIP Gold, which is our, well, if it wasn't for the Diamond, it would be our top program. You're going to get up to 12 hours a day of training, Monday through Friday from 4 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern, 5 days a week. You also get the Saturday Gold training, also workshops, breakout rooms, all those kind of things. Then we have our VIP Lifetime Gold add-on and our futures. All of those have their own pricing structure. Futures is $4,000. Actually, them prices are going to double here pretty quick. Well, it's because they're on discount. So it's not he's doubling the price, it's discounted. So you can make 2 payments of $2,000 on that. This is going away. Once it's gone, these lifetimes are gone for good. Coach already said he's never going to bring them back again. He's done. So it'll all be regular annual memberships from there on out. So if you want your kind of last chance effort to get a lifetime membership, now's the time to get off the fence. These Diamond memberships are going like hotcakes every day. There's more and more and more people picking these up. So go check it out at americandreamtrading.com. Grab our free Discord. You'll see that in there. This is also over on our website on the individual membership pages in there that you can look at your leisure. So thank you for that. Anyway. All right. Now let me get this out of the road. Who's grabbing one of them memberships before they go away? All right. Whatever. What else we got going on here? Yep, the links to those that I just showed you are up in the YouTube chat there. For those of you who aren't on YouTube watching us elsewhere, you'll have to come over to YouTube to be able to view those links, or quite simply go to americandreamtrading.com and you can scroll down and find all this information. There's the free Discord, which will get you inside, and you can view that in there also. All right, we got soybean oil and stuff like that. I like trading. I trade soybean oils a lot, but I haven't done it for so long. Got to looking at it the other day, and see it had some nice ups and downs to it again. So I'm going to start paying attention to it next week. Possibly. I mean, not making any predictions of whether it's going to be any good or not. I just haven't traded for a long time. I kind of want to trade it again. Will I? I don't know. If it presents itself to me, I will. But anyhow. All right. Do we have any other things? Right. Nope, I guess we're going to shut her down. Nobody's got any questions, anything to ask. Right? You guys know it all. You don't want to ask anything at all? Come on. But we're going to run it. We don't do that. We hang out here because people come and go all day long. Let's take a look here. What's ES doing? It's kind of in a channel, a flat one. Do I want to trade this? Nope. What about NQ? Look at that. The 2 charts look exactly the same, right? If I put the same names on both of them, you wouldn't know which one was what, would you? Again, different price scale, but same thing, right? Just back to where it should be. Oh, look at that. They all 3. Hey, I'm still in this. Oh, that's right. I changed. Look, I just made $300. Didn't even know it. Leaving an open position on paper trading, of course. It's not real. It's a paper trading account that I'm using on my Weeble. So I'm going to get that back, reset this. Bang. There we go. So looks like I need to clean my charts up this weekend. If I get around to it, I might. And the Dow itself, again, they all pretty much are mirroring each other as far as motion of the candles. So I think everybody's pretty much given up for the day. This is power hour, the last hour, and it's also the last hour of the last day of the week. A lot of people made a lot of money at American Dream Trading this week. How about you? You guys do all right? Scalping strategy, just so you know, those lifetimes at Diamond and all that stuff is going away most likely this weekend. What's the best time to trade futures during intraday? Well, all day long, actually, right? Yeah, I mean, the metal markets tend to really slow down after lunchtime, after 1 o'clock-ish, 2 o'clock. So as do currency markets, right? They tend to slow down the last half a day, which would be 1/4 of the day, like the euro, those type of things. Now they do trade all day, but it's just volume tends to drop off. Agricultural definitely can drop off big time in the afternoon. Really, the ones that really move consistently throughout the whole day is, of course, the indices, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, which is NQ, and the Russell, which is RTY or M2K, however you want to look at the micro version. Oh, what are we going to do here? Mark's going to take a nap, is what he's going to do. Let's see here. Do I want to play this? How well do I want to play this? If this breaks and holds above that, we'll take a stab at it. But I want to see a break and hold above that level before I do anything, right? Is it going to do it? I don't know. Not looking too like it will, because look how much it's been fighting there at this, especially this time of the day, right? But it's not to say it can't, right? If it does, I can make some money before it goes through that next level. You just got to be there and be ready to do it. That's all. See, I almost didn't have a stop loss in there. Right? We'll see if this breaks through. Can I jump the gun and hope it breaks through and jump in right now? Sure could. What do you think might happen, though? What do I wait on? The break and hold, right? In this case, I want to wait on the break because I'm going to jump this a little bit just based on the time of day. But it doesn't want to go through there anyway, so I am not going to take this trade, right? No real reason to. Stuck in the channel there. Ain't got enough oomph to get out of the hole there. Here, I want to get the right thing up. The right L2 up so I can see what we got here. Big walls here or not. We got 95. That's pretty much where the white line's at. That's where the walls are at. So it doesn't want to break down there. It only shows 94s, but they had a big order there on them 95s. That's scaring everybody off right now. Until that sells off, that person moves their order or whatever, it may sit here for a while. Speaking of sitting here for a while, ooh, I think I got a good cheer. All right, nothing exciting here. Do I want to move on? Yeah, I kind of do, but we'll see. Okay, let me close this one here. But that's the power of double tops, triple tops, strong levels, right? So even these candles over here kept bouncing off of that level. I don't know if we can go back and find anything else at that level right now because it is up there. What do we got there? Those didn't even come close. Again, you go back and get history as much as you need. Now it's a 1 minute chart. I should put on a bigger chart, but be scrolling all day. So it's a pretty good level. Now I could play it to the downside if it breaks and holds right here. I can make a few bucks. Let me switch gears. All I gotta do is click one button, and now I'm in a short position if I want to do it. But again, it's going to have to break down below this line, break and hold down below. And as you can see how valuable these lines are, having these support and resistance lines on your chart. See how it stops? It's almost like you can predict what they're going to do before they do it. So does it always hit the lines? Of course not. Sometimes they'll come up short because people know they're there and they'll sell before it gets there. Or they'll just wait and see till some more buyers come in, want to push it through one way or the other. We'll see. Do I always trade in TradingView? No. This is a recent thing. I love trading through TradingView with my broker, which is Webull in there. But actually, the last couple of days, I've just been using the broker's Webull software to do it. Do I ever use? I don't think you want to use Robinhood to trade futures. From my understanding, they charge you the overnight prices all the time. So I would, again, I don't have personal experience. I'm just listening to other members that do talk about it, and it's usually not a very good user experience. From what I understand, the prices that they charge are super high. Webull's not the cheapest either. Don't get me wrong, right? So I'm gonna see if I can make a quick buck here. You can see I just came in with my stop, right? I could take 60 bucks, 125 right now, right? I got this room up here. I wanted to see if it's going to take it or not. But if it don't stay up here, I'm going to just take the Band-Aid off and take the loss if I have to. I'm just hoping for that little bit of a pop over here where these candles are. We'll see if we can do that. But if not, if this is going to just sit here, well, I ain't going to sit here and dance with it all day. I got naps to be taken, right? Sometimes you just got like, ain't worth the time sitting there. There we go, 400, right? 250, 312, 250, 187, 124. There's 312. They're 400 again, right? If it says that again, I'm taking it because it doesn't want to pop right there for some reason. So we'll see. We'll see. Let me make this bigger so it's more visible. As you can see, right here is these lines. That's why it won't break. And then I got more lines up here. What I really want to see is what I was trying to do initially was get right to there, roughly that yellow line. So now I'm in a losing trade because I was over here talking about it instead of just taking it. So we'll see if this pops again. If it does, I'll take the cash. If it doesn't stay above this line, I'm getting out. So I've already made an entrance and an exit strategy, right? Both ways, up or out. I'm really hoping it comes up here and touches that line. Actually, it'd be nice if it broke through, but I'm just going to quick scalp this. You know, now I'm sitting here maybe a little bit too long. Now it may want to pull down. It still keeps testing that lower level of the candle there. And I'm down 500. All right, so Mark's done playing. This one, as soon as if I see anything green, I'm taking it. I'm not playing. I don't care if it goes to the moon after I get out. If I can break even or better on this, I'm getting out. There it is, 62.50. I don't care. All right, so that ended up being green. Not as green as I wanted it to be. I did have 400 on there at one point, but I'm not sitting here watching this bebop around. It's kind of consolidating again. Just doesn't have quite enough oomph to push it to where I want it to go. So I'm not going to sit here and just trade all day. I probably wouldn't trade this. I'm done. Matter of fact, I came to a decision earlier today. What time was that? 11, 12 o'clock. I'm like, that's it. I'm done. Because it got into this kind of chop and just sitting there and didn't really want to do it now. We had some big runs since then, but at the time, it's like you sit there long enough in battle to try to get a few pennies, right? And it just kind of gets to the point where, is this really worth my effort? My time is valuable to sit here and do this, right? If not, get up. And I went and took a break. I went and ate stuff, ate lunch, come back, and there was this huge run up that I missed out on just by being gone for like a half an hour. It's like, it is what it is, right? I was like, holy cow, I forget what that was. Well, it was on ES. I mean, same as this move. So I missed that whole run while I was gone. There's always something that's going to run, right? You can't have, is this it, the one here? Yeah, this is the run I missed, all right? This EWO here. It was clear up to here when I come back. No, was I back? Was I gone that long? Must have been. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, it was from here to here. So I missed all of that. And then I playing around, and then it shot up again and then pulled back, and then it shot up again and pulled back. So, just in that half hour, that was expensive peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? So that could have been, just call it 200. It says 209, but we'll call it 200. 200 times 1250, right? That's 2,500 times 10 that I normally purchase. That was $25,000 that was a $25,000 peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? They're like, well, don't ever leave. Why don't you eat down there? Well, my point I'm trying to make is there's always something running somewhere, right? What if I got that one but missed the next one? Well, here's this one here. I could have very well missed that one, right? From here to there. Well, there's another 160 ticks. It's not as impressive as the other one, but that's still $2,000 times 10. That's a $20,000 profit I could have had, right? Or what if I'd have left and come back and missed those two and come back and played this one or missed that one, right? There's your thing. There's 230 ticks, right? 230 times 1250 is 2870 times my 10. There's $28,000. So there's always something running. And when I mean something's always running, I don't mean this one in particular. These may not be moving, but maybe gold is. Well, go look at gold. Don't waste your time. Well, maybe it isn't. That ain't either. Maybe soybean oil and the agriculture sector is going. No. Well, what about the energy sector? Where's oil at? Right? I don't even have oil up here right now. Could be oil be moving. So, your time is valuable. Go find something. Your best to limit how many you go chasing after. That way you get good at trading them, so that you're not looking around. If you're always clicking, click, 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 you're going to miss everything, right? You'll look at everything but see nothing and participate in nothing. So it's your best interest to limit yourself to one or two in any given sector. If you know what I mean. There's always another trade. There's 10, even in the stock market, there's over 10,000 stocks. You think you're going to be able to buy every runner on those ones? No, there's always something running. There's always something losing money too, right? That's the same way here. So, but, and the thing we emphasize, especially even on Fridays, is go home green. Who cares if you only made $1, right? Who maybe you made $10,000. Well, quit trading, right? Could you make more money? You can always make more money, right? And there's always somewhere in the markets that you can go make money. If it ain't in here, you can go find a stock. Maybe I want to go trade Apple. I can't trade Apple here. Now I can trade the S&P or NASDAQ and all them that those big boy stocks are in, but I can't trade Apple per se here, right? Well, go to go over and trade stocks or stock options or crypto or whatever. That's one of the advantages of that Diamond membership. You got instant access to all those right now. 10 grand, one-time payment, one and done. Never pay again. That's a big value. I mean, it's actually a $50,000 value. If you buy everything that is included in that, and you bought them all a cart, it's over 50 grand. And that's today's value. That don't even include anything that we create in the future. It's automatically included. It's the best deal out there. It really is. And if you can't stomach it, that's fine, right? So, anywho, the point is there's always some place to make money. There's always something going to run. Don't get FOMO, I don't want to, I'm afraid to leave because something might take off. Don't do that. Make your money, shut the door, walk away. And that's the tempting part about trading in the markets is just, as long as I got an internet connection, if I take my phone, now I'm upstairs instead of down here where my main computer, I can look at my phone anytime and trade, right? So you really got to manage that and be careful, right? So, yes, you're right. You do have to take a break there, Ralph. I took one for a little over a half hour today here. I don't know what time it was. No, it was longer than that. I actually went up, wife had lunch, and we ate lunch, and then I jumped in the shower and all that. I came back and sat down in a recliner and was watching the local news, which I don't do very often, but I did while I was finishing eating there. I actually fell asleep in my recliner, and I'm sitting there going, about cautious. And then my wife said something or a commercial. Well, I heard the TV anyway. I snapped out of it. Wasn't out, but I was out. And she's like, "You getting ready to take a nap?" I'm like, "No, I ain't ready to take it. I got stuff. I got responsibilities to do. I had to run back down here if she wouldn't have been sitting there, I'd be still up there sleeping." You're like, "Where's Mark at?" And but I just that quick. Sometimes you just So, but you do need to take a break, or your body will give you a break eventually. It'll catch up to you. So. All right, and I got CL up here. Nobody even noticed that it's not crude oil. It's Kogel. It's the toothpaste person, because Colgate-Palmolive is also CL in the stock world, but it's also the shortcut for crude oil futures. Yeah, either way, they both look pretty good, didn't they? Look at that. Look at the oil shoot up. Still in the 60s, though. That is really low. They won't drill oil at that price. But that is just beautiful. That's probably the best oil play I've seen oil go climb at one time for a while. Because I play oil all the time, and I would get things like these. Man. Holy moly, that's 160, what is it, 169? I'll just say whatever. What's crude oil pay again? It pays $10 every penny. And that went up 169 of them times 10. That's $1,690 move on one contract of crude oil, which would have cost you how much? $1,700. I would have daggone almost doubled my money there. $1,690 versus $1,716 for the contract. However, that's just to have the margin requirement. Once I exit this trade, all that margin goes back into my account. So really, the only true cost of buying one contract is $5.54 total. Let that sink in. I could have made almost $1,700, and it would only cost me $5. Yep, total cost, net cost. Yes, you have to have $1,700 in your margin account just sitting there. In other words, kind of like your savings account. It's got to be there. They're going to debit it. Just to sit there, click a mouse button, let that climb and go. Just playing the EWO, right? It's not loading up in there. It's there. Just have to get it going. All right. So look at that EWO play. And if I would exit this right now, I would have made $1,700. Well, if I had bought up here, $1,700. That $1,700 or that $1,700 that I cost me to buy it, actually $1,716. That money goes back into my margin account. I pay the transaction fee of $554, and I bank $1,700 profit on top of it. Doubled my money. Anybody want to come over here and drink the Kool-Aid? What's the lowest price contract? Well, again, it depends on your broker. Weeble's not the least expensive by any means. Right now on our little sheet, you can get a micro Dow Jones for 57.20. You can buy a micro Russell for 58. You can buy a micro crude oil for 171. As far as the big boys go, the least expensive one would be probably the euro at 1,200. Then you get the Canadian dollar around 700, Australian, if you like currencies, 800s. But it's all the broker dependent. This is just Weeble. The metals markets are more pricier, right? Cost you about $2,500 for one of gold, $2,400. Same price for gold, silver. Copper's a little different. But yeah, it's all broker dependent. I got a little cheat sheet I made, so I don't have to keep looking it up on the website all the time, right? Forgot to have my camera shut off. You guys didn't even holler. So I got a little cheat sheet I made for the members, just most commonly traded ones that our members trade that I'm aware of that we call out a lot. So it's all broker dependent. Go to your broker's website and you can find all that information. Weeble's not the least expensive, right? But it works. It's easy to understand. Am I going to always be with Weeble? Probably not. But right now I am, so I'm not worried about it. Am I going to look at other ones? Yeah, when I get around to it. No hurry. I've been using Weeble for over 2 years. Don't have any major issues with it. Is it a perfect software? Nope. Is it very as pretty as some is like TradingView? Nope. I love TradingView. I love their interface. I love how it reacts and all that. So, but TradingView is not. It's a trading software that you can link your broker to. Oh, what indicators are you using? I'm using the 9 to 21, the 55, VWAP, and the MA200, the Elliott Wave Oscillator, the volume indicator, ATR, buyers and sellers on volume, how it goes. I'm also over here using the order book. Again, these are all optionals, which you use. I'm using the order book. I'm watching my quotes. And I also have some with different widgets with futures. All I got to do is click on them and I can go and purchase that. That's what you see behind my head. And what's the best entry ticket? Best entry ticket, lowest price contract. Any way you can share the cheat sheet? Sure. Come on over to join the futures at americandreamtrading.com. Paid membership has its privileges. If you want to take a screenshot, here you go. Go ahead. I know, joking with you. Nope. Paid membership privileges. It's just the same information I got off our brokerage website. I just put it all in one little handy dandy quick access that people can keep right next to you. So just like you guys say, what is it? I got it right here. So all I had to do is pull it up right beside me. All right. Yep, membership has its privileges, but thanks for asking. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, but it is the truth. Membership has its privileges, right? What you're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg of all the different things that we offer here at americandreamtrading.com. Head on over there, check out our memberships. Again, you can watch as long as you like for free. We're free broadcasts, live broadcasts 3 times a day, Monday through Friday. Coach is live 9 to 11 daily. I'm live 2 to 4 p.m. here with the futures. And then we have our aftermarket show with Dawn over on our YouTube channel, which you are already at, from 5 p.m. on. So check that out too. It's a different show, different type of format. They have a good time over there. Matter of fact, I was even on there last night for once. I listen in a lot of times, and when I can't listen in, I usually will watch the replays at a later time. So that's the nice thing. I can actually go and be on her show with her as time allows. I can jump on there, join her panel, show my lovely mug on there, and talk live on camera, or I can just not turn my camera on and talk off a mic, or sometimes if I'm running around, I want to just listen. I do that, just listen to what they're saying, and I can still type comments and ask questions. So, anywho, lots of opportunities to watch us, and at the conclusion of every one of those broadcasts, they are available for immediate review over on the YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So head on over there. Again, I'm paying more attention to YouTube today because we lost our TikTok feed. Anyhow, we'll fix that also. Anyway, less distractions, more time for you. Hopefully people will come over here and participate this way. Fridays are usually pretty light, as they are right now. So anyway, crude oil still continuing, just beautiful climb, very nice. This is what I started trading. I traded micro, of course, but this is how I built my account. It was by trading oil. I did the micro crude oil, MCL, but I was only able to afford to buy one at a time. It was a self-imposed limit, and I built my account up over time, buying one micro at a time, and eventually I was able to start buying 2 and then 3. I don't recall buying 4s. I think I went from 3s to 5s. I don't remember. 4s just don't, I don't know. You ever buy just 4 of anything? It's kind of a weird number, right? So I didn't. I think I went from 3s to 5s, and I did 5s for the longest time, 5 micros, and that's how I built my account up, quite honest. And then eventually I got up to be able to play the big boys. So, all right. See Ange over there on the YouTubes. Paid members, you have any questions, comments on here for our paid members who have access to an open mic, who are all apparently sleepy today? It was an exhausting trading day. When you really got to work hard to make your money, oh, I know. Shame on us, right? All you do is click a mouse. It was. Aren't you tired too?
Well, it's Friday. I'm always tired.
Yeah, well, that's part of it too, right? Yeah, my brain's mush today right now. So, nothing against you folks, but I'll be glad when this broadcast's over so I can just go chill out and relax and enjoy the weekend. Make sure you do enjoy the weekend. It's time to get together, whatever you want to do. Maybe just take a whole weekend long nap if that's what you want to do, right? And I don't have any big plans on the weekend other than just normal Sunday going to church type of stuff, and I don't have to be anywhere in particular. So I mean, the wife might go out to eat or go maybe tomorrow. Maybe we won't do anything. Depends what she's got planned. Weather's kind of crappy here in Ohio, kind of gloomy, rainy. It's trying to clear out, but it's your typical Ohio weather. Wait 5 minutes, it might change. But it's got that hanging over your head drizzle, but it's not really drizzling. You know what I mean? Low hanging clouds and just ugh, typical April weather. Right? So it's better than snow, though. Better than them tornadoes they get out west. Well, we get them here too, but not like they do out there. All right. It was just, we had to work to get our money. Now, we had some nice breakouts where we made some quick money. It was a beautiful thing. What did we do this morning? Was that this morning? We had a big, exciting rise in something. I can't even remember what it is. Again, I'm just like mush. My brain is just, I don't know. Anyway. Probably if I do anything this weekend, it'll be to blank all my charts out, and well, they won't all be blanked out because I have a
They
lot.
seem to run together lately, and they go by so fast. I can't remember what.
Yeah, it does.
I agree.
Yeah. Well,
There's been so many of them. There's been a lot of good trades this week.
yeah.
I just can't believe a whole week's already gone by.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
So,
Been an emotional 2 weeks for me. I know that. So,
yeah.
and they all run away. They all do run together. I mean, it's like, what'd you trade yesterday? Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I really don't. I can go tell. I mean, I couldn't even tell you by my journal because I don't even put that in half the time. I usually do, but I don't always, right? And I'll put something in there, but not necessarily what I traded because who cares 6 months from now what I.
Something that you can learn from,
Yeah.
that's the only time I write exactly what the trade was and
Right.
what happened in it. Is if
Right.
it was something that was either great or something that was bad. But if it's
Mhm.
a typical trade, I'm not.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Who cares 6 months from now what you traded today, right? Nobody does.
Yeah.
So. That's what journals are for, is for lessons and something you can review. I mean, it's your journal. You can put whatever you want in it. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, I can't believe the last 2 weeks that I've had. It's been mind-boggling and exciting and emotional and whatever.
You
Right?
must be exhausted.
Oh, yes. It's such rough what I've been doing.
Well,
Think about it, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. I've made new car money a couple of times this week, right? Multiple new car monies a couple of times this week. So I've had really. So anyway,
You made hyper bar money this week.
hypercar, yeah, I've made
Lord.
a lot money.
cyber car money this week,
Holy
Cybertruck money this week. But anyway, yeah. So I've had good time. It can be financially rewarding, but it can also wreck your soul too if you're not careful what you're doing. That's why you need to get the education in time. And Coach mentioned it, and he's the one that got me thinking about it. Just something he said in generalization that, the work you put in now pays off later. Well, I think I'm at that point now where the work that we've done for the last 2 years is starting to really pay off, right?
Yeah.
So.
You've been working hard.
Yeah, well, been getting up with you fine folks 4 o'clock in the morning for what? The last 2 years? Yeah. Ugh.
Right. Crazy, huh? We don't get.
It was a good week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yet the world was coming to an end and the sky was falling and everybody was running in the streets, flailing and ripping at their flesh and tearing out their hair. And oh my God. And
burning down.
all burning down. And we're sitting here in our underwear, clicking a mouse, making money, more money than we've ever known what to do with, right?
Crazy.
It is. So that's the beauty of day trading, right? I mean, it's almost kind of a hard concept to grab around. You mean I can click a mouse and then literally in seconds make thousands and thousands of dollars? Yep. Yep. Is it easy to do that? Of course not. But once you learn and you get the time and experience, yes, it is basically easy. You just click. But being laser focused is part of it, right? Talking to yourself, Well, keep reviewing in your own mind. Wait for the setup. Wait for the setup. No, not yet. Not yet. Now. Nope, not yet. Hold back. Wait. How about now? Can now? Huh? Can I? Nope. Hold. Breathe in. I trust my indicator. So there's a lot of self-talk sometimes it goes on. Some of us say it out loud and sound like a crazy person, and other ones just let the voices in our head take care of it. So it's
You
interesting.
look like a crazy person, 'cause
Yeah,
that look.
right. And what's crazy is us. We think we're crazy people, but yet we're in a community. Everybody else thinks the same thing. Everybody thinks
Right.
that. So, yeah, it is a
So
unique kind of
basically we're a
club.
nut house. Which is
Yeah,
funny fun.
right. And then our friends and family can't understand. You can't make money in the stock market. I bet you got wrecked this week in the stock market. It's down like crazy. I'm like,
Oh,
nope.
yeah.
I had the best week I've ever had in my life. Right,
Yep.
last 2 weeks, whatever. Um, so
Hmm.
again, drown out the noise.
But
Learn.
even if they have no concept, even if they hear it, they still don't want to believe it, and they don't take that chance to check it out. They don't.
Yeah,
And I get it. There's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of that going on now. But um, but just we're not asking anybody to put up money. Just come watch, check it out, see what you think. See.
yeah. Mazda Mitch, you're asking about being able to adjust your leverage. It's generally 20 to 1, not 500 to 1. So yeah, there is some customization settings in there. Um, this is different than with a futures margin account is different than what a stock brokerage account would be. Margin account would be. With those, the broker will give you, you got to have 25,000 or more in there initially. But anyway, I won't go into all that. But they will give you a 3 to 1, 4 to 1, maybe even an 8 to 1. You know, they'll allow you to borrow up to $8 to your $1 that you have. You don't have that with futures. It's whatever you got in your account. So if you got $1,000 in your margin account, that's all you're able to trade. There's no 3 to 1 bonus type things like that with, as far as I know, I don't believe that's with any of them. I know it is with Weeble. It's a little bit different than the regular margin accounts you hear people trade. So I am buying literally $1,000 worth of margin for when I enter my orders. I'm not getting 1,000, getting a $3,000 trade on $1,000 money.
Euro, Mark, Euro.
Euro what? You're okay? Is that what you're telling me? You're okay? Ha 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 ha.
Might not be okay to see the euro.
Well, that's 6E. 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 Euro E. There it is. There we go. What's it doing? Euro. What about it? You looking at the same chart I am?
It's better on my 1-minute chart.
Okay, I'm putting on my 1 minute chart. See, that was not an inducement to buy. Did you see me rush to buy? What did you see me do, though? You did see me go there and look.
Never mind, Mark. Never mind.
Well, we're not,
I
it's,
just looked at my charts different years and oh, look.
what are you looking at?
Locking me out of live data, so we're on delayed data.
Oh, okay. So you're seeing this rise down here 10 minutes behind.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. Right?
Have a good weekend. I'm out.
Oh, no.
Oh, my bad. Peace out.
It's probably trying to make a new app,
No, because this is really ticks me off, man. I've just wasted everybody's time and
You
interrupted.
didn't waste anybody's time. That was a good example of what we do when we call out, right? I'm like, you called it out, and I looked at it, and I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I ain't trading that, right?
I wouldn't advise it.
Right. But that's what people hear me say that every day. Well, there they got to actually hear it, right?
Right.
And I went and I said, what did I say right away? I don't think so, right?
You want to see a good trend, put the Australian dollar.
What's that? What's
Ticker Australian dollar.
well, I know what that is. What's the ticker?
6-8. I'm sorry. 6-8.
6A?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't-
Bad.
I mean, I've traded it before. I just don't remember.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
This weekend I'm gonna do like somebody suggests. I don't know if it's Doug or what, but just pay for. No, it's Doug or Ralph, but just pay for trading view data, so I don't have to rely on Weebles and get logged out all the time.
Yeah. The trading view.
It's getting extremely annoying. This keeps happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't have that happen that much to me, but it does happen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a straight up
Mass,
trend.
Matt, just make it part of your workflow. Every time you open your chart, just look to make sure that green dot's there.
Yeah. See it right here, green dot. Yep. Well, at least you recognize what the issue was. Usually I don't notice it.
Recognize after your chart was different. I was about to get and jump in, and I would have been way off.
Yeah, well, you would have found out as soon as you click the buttons and your columns, your bars are down here, but the order's clear up here.
Yep.
Usually I don't notice that until I go to place an order and it's like, what? So
I think I got them both. I paid for paper trading and, I paid for it and what's the name too. It's like $7 a month. The reason why I got it, I just paid for the whole thing, the whole year. It was like $84.
That's not a bad idea, to be fair. I mean, that way you don't ever have to deal with it.
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't read the fine print. I didn't think that you could sync both of them up. Or they made the change or something. I don't know, some kind of way.
Yeah, but with how many
Yes,
times
I do.
it's connected, I mean, $84 is nothing just to have live data, even if it were disconnected by accident.
Right.
All right, so on Mazda, so that brokerage is generally a 20-to-1 leverage, or it's a leveraged product of 20-to-1. I don't even play with that setting in there. I don't even know what it says, quite honest with you. Well, you do it when you reset your account. So I don't even play with them settings. Again, paper trading's more for just the mechanics. Yes, I do need coffee, Mitch. How else would there be getting trading futures a small count? Well, you need $500 with Webull. If you can't afford $500, there's other brokers that don't have any limit. But when it comes down to it, you have to be able to afford to trade one contract with whatever the margin requirement is. So it really, at this point, there's very little. I shouldn't say there isn't. If you only had $100 in an account, well, if you only had $50, you're basically nothing you can trade. I shouldn't say nothing, but some of the lower price ones during the day, the Dow Jones at 57, Micro Russell at 58. So, and if you drop below that level, then you can't trade anything.
It goes sometimes, but
Yeah.
right now, prices are like double, so.
Right. So,
It's gonna be hard for less than 500. I mean, you might can get away with 3.
yeah.
It's so hard.
I mean, that's probably why the reason Webull wants 500 to open an account. You don't have to maintain 500, but you need that to open it. Even that rate in the evenings, if you want to trade in the evenings, you'll be lucky if you can trade one thing at a time. So,
Exactly.
it's looking like 615 for one contract. MCL, no, it's not that much. MCL, is it micro? It's micro crude with Webull. Now this is Webull. I don't know what you're looking at. During the day, it's 171. During night, it's 572 for one micro contract. What brokerage are you looking at there, Mitch? Mazda? Mitch? Now, I should take that back because they did raise the margin rates today. I don't know what they are. I don't have my other Webull screen pulled up. I can look right here, I guess. Let me get. Well, today they did, right? Because of increased volatility. Let me see here. CL main. And doesn't even tell me what it is on this one. Not going to the spec. I'd have to bring up my other widget. I got all that closed out already, I think. Let's see. Anybody got the classic widget open? Tell me what the actual real price of oil is right now. I probably can do that right here. Never mind.
Hold on, Mark, I got you.
I got it too. MCL main. It is
$343 right now.
Yep.
And 20 cents.
And 20 cents. Yes, sir.
Overnight margins 572.
Yep. Yeah.
We're still dealing with increased margin rates right now.
Correct.
Webull.
Yes, for the rest of the day. No, all day actually. Oh, yeah, it is a hair more expensive right now, but it's 171 normally during the day and 572 at night. Is that what I said? Yeah. 171 on the micro. Oh. All right. Oh, you're not connected to a broker. Yeah, I don't know where they get their numbers from. Well, you don't need no 5K in there either, Mazda. It's just you're better off starting with as little as possible. That's why I started with a $700 account and grew mine to where it is today because I wanted to trade. I was paper trading micro gold or micro oil MCL. So with $500 account, I wouldn't have been able to trade oil. With the 700, I could. I could buy one. I only needed 572, so I put 700 in, and I kept trading micro crude oil, and I kept building up my account just by trading that one thing. And next thing you knew, I had 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,200. $10 here, $5 there, $20 here, and then as you get more able to buy more contracts, instead of making $10 a trade, now you're making $50 a trade because you have 5 contracts. So it's just how it works. Yeah. So 1,000, yeah. You want to prove to yourself you know how to do it. Guess what? If you only got so much money to deal with it, how much more careful? Because if you drop below the minimum of what you can buy, then you got to add more money to your account. You don't want to ever have to add money. Make the money that you got in there work for you, right? So you've been around long enough, listening enough. Now, if you just get the extra training, there you'll be good to go. So always start just trading one micro. I don't care how much. I don't care if you had $1 million. You come in here, trade one micro first, till you know how to do it, and you can build it up and get good at trading up to 5 of them. Once you can do that, then go what you want to do. So throwing money at this is not going to make you a good trader. If you suck trading, you're going to just suck with more money. That's all, right? So pure and simple. Don't come in here throwing money at it.
What Coach said, you can't grow a small account. You definitely won't be able to make it with a big one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you can't grow $1,000 or $500 account, you ain't going to grow 5,000. So let's take that approach and be sensible and do it the right way. I can guarantee you throwing a lot of money at it doesn't work. I tried that when I first came in because I traded my retirement account. So I had a lot of money in my retirement account when I came in
That
here.
only makes it worse.
It makes it worse.
That's just like being enabled, you know.
Yep.
It's there, so you fall back on it. Oh, it's okay if I lost this right now. I still got more. I'm fine.
Right. Well, and then you take bigger risks, bigger trades that you shouldn't be.
Yep.
Well, the bad thing was,
just under 500 is what I ended up putting in there. So whatever was in Robinhood, if I can withdraw it, that's going to the bank, and I'm just keeping that starting at 500. I gained some, so it'll be up to 500.
yeah.
That's it.
Well, I remember when I first started when I was trading stock options. I had a $20,000 trade and had no idea I had that much at risk when I made the trade. That's how dumb I was. I mean, I knew it was an expensive trade, but until the trade was over and I went back and looked, I'm like, I just risked it again.
You're so comfortable, you're not paying attention. You're just clicking the buttons, and you're like, oh,
Yep.
you know, it's no biggie. I can afford it.
It scared the bejeebers out of me when I was done with that trade. I mean, I made money on it, but I risked $20,000 of my retire money and didn't give a thought about it because I didn't even realize the simple math involved in that. And I'm like, and that just scared me to death when I see that. I'm like, and I didn't do that again for a while, right?
Obviously. For a while at least.
Yeah, right, yeah. But that was like early when I was just learning.
Still a pain in a way, but you need the reminder.
Yeah, so yeah, now I trade that much and don't even think about it, right? So
nobody is immune to it.
Yep. Limit what you have access to and build what you have access to. Right, Mazda? So again, if you suck trading 1,000, you're going to suck just as bad trading 5,000. You're just going to lose more of it. That's all. So I tell our paid members that are in here, they'll say, hey, can I come over to the futures? Well, you can do whatever you want. All you got to do is buy a membership, right? I can't control who buys a membership and who doesn't. And if they want to buy one, then they can buy one. But I told a couple of them, I said, well, you know, I knew what kind of level they were at, right? And I wasn't really calling them out, but I knew what their level of experience was, and it wasn't probably where it should be. And I said, just remember one thing. If you suck trading stocks, you're going to suck trading futures. And it's like, huh? It's like, yeah, right. So consider that. Get the education first, right? You don't want to rush into it. You weren't making money in futures yesterday. You ain't gonna. You can worry about it today. So take your time. Do it the right way. Do it the intelligent way. Do it the educated way. You'll
I
spend.
mean, as an adult, you wouldn't want to start driving at 16 without learning first. As a kid, because we were immature, sure, we'd hop in that car and take it for a joyride. But
Yeah.
now you know better, so you wouldn't want to get in a car and drive it if you weren't taught how, if you didn't know how, because you
Yep.
know you could just crash.
Yep. Or how about flying a plane?
Oh,
Anybody can take off. It's the landing part that's hard, right? Well, actually, the landing part's easy. You're always going to land. It's the takeoff, I guess, would be hard, right?
it's how you land, crash. You can take off, you can jump in anytime you want, jump in. But it depends on how you get out. You could crash land and blow it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Uh-huh.
sure.
Just a few buttons, a stick, and a wheel. How hard can it be? I've seen the video. I played it on my Xbox, how to fly a plane. How hard can it be?
I can do it.
I can do it. I watched this dude on
Well,
TikTok do it. I can do it. I've seen a guy on TikTok do it. I should be able to do this.
Yeah.
Well, if you wouldn't do that with flying a plane because you watched how to do it on TikTok, why would you think day trading would be any different? Right?
Or if you read a book about it.
Right, read a book.
I read all of them. I'm good. No,
Right.
you're not.
Yeah.
I could do heart surgery. I'm good. Yeah, I watch.
Yeah.
It change your heart.
Well, there's a reason 90 to 95% of people that try to attempt to day trade fail in the first 1 to 2 years. There's a big reason for that. Does that mean if you come in, you're going to fail? No, you might be one of the 5% to succeed. You won't never know till you do it. But we will work with you and educate you to help increase the odds of you succeeding. We can't guarantee that you will succeed at all, right? And it's up to you. We can't make you do the work that's needed to be successful. Showing up every day, paying attention, taking notes, asking questions, reading, watching videos, all the different ways you can learn, right? Communicating, basically just showing up every day, put it into screen time will really help you a lot. Not that, and you can ask questions with paid memberships, open mic anytime, and we got our Discord. You can go in there and talk, yak around, and ask questions. We're live 5 days a week, so and we have the community to back you up also. So all those things that probably cause an average person who goes into day trading to fail, they don't have those things. We have a coach that we can ask questions. It coaches us, it educates us. Those are things. I don't know what percentage of our members are successful as far as they're concerned. And again, success isn't necessarily how much money I have in my bank account, right? If I could successfully trade and make $10 or $50 a day on my little $100 account, that's huge, right? That's successful. If I could make $10,000 a day on my $2 million account, and do that on a whatever. I'm just throwing out random numbers here. So everybody's got different definitions of success, right? A lot of people aren't here. They're here to make that manicure and Starbucks money, right? Support their hobbies. And then they end up turning around and being one of the best traders you got around here, right? And she makes grown men cry when she tells you how much she made in any given day, right? So even when I start a challenge to try to make the little girls cry and it don't work, and I end up being the one that cries because you get my butt whipped. Now it's not a competition; it's just razzing each other a little bit.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, see, this is the exact same thing I'm talking about. Everybody is hard on me because I'm always, if you can only see the big picture.
The thing that's really comical about that, Mark, is the sinister little giggle she just gave you.
I know. Me and Ange are pushing each other. I mean, she's the one that comes up with all these motivational challenges without even officially creating a motivational challenge. She says, "I'm going to do this," and then, none of us want to be beat by a girl. Well, the guys don't want to be beat by a girl. At least, all right. Let me back up. I don't want to be beat by a girl, so I will accept her challenge that she wasn't challenging anybody anyway. But I interpret it that way. So now look at it now. Now we're all shoving DWO, trying to make everybody do it right and stuff. So we're having a good time. We have a great time, great bunch of people. We can laugh and giggle and cry and complain and, about everything else. So, but we do have a good time while we're making money and learning, right? So, It isn't easy.
Be boring.
You know, by Fridays we are exhausted mentally and physically. It's just, you know, I walk the factory floor 12, 14 hours a day, you know, as a manager. I didn't actually walk the floor that much, but it could be some nights. But anyway, I was there 12, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. Decade, year after year, decade after decade. Next thing you know, 40 years have gone by, right? So, and that was exhausting, believe it or not. And this is just a different kind of exhausting. Is it physical? Well, it is for me to get out of bed, gotta do all that heavy weightlifting right off the bat, first thing in the morning, get out of bed, and then, but it's mental and it's, you know, and it's exhausting. It really is. It's rough making money, sitting in your basement in your underwear or your PJs making money. I just don't. It's just, oh, woe is me. Woe is me. Anybody else feel that way? This should be.
Yeah, being Winnie the Pooh all day. Winnie the Pooh
Yeah. Who was we talk? We was talking to somebody about. He was going Winnie the Poohish.
I will
Was
never
that
be able to
Ted?
See Winnie Pooh the same way again.
Oh, you should have been. Was that Ted who said that? Brought that up.
Yes.
It's like, oh, never heard that before. That's the first time I even heard that.
Funny.
This is how he said it in this situation.
But, I think one time he said Donald Duck.
All right, Mazda, have a great weekend, everybody. I do appreciate everybody being here. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're not getting any more questions at the moment. Make sure you have a great weekend. Take some time to refresh and enjoy your life. Smell the roses, even though they haven't bloomed yet, at least here in the Northeast. Maybe where you live, they have. If they are blooming where you live, let me know where that's at. I'll probably move there. Um, and
Women have this tulips under my
yeah, we have those. You know, daffodils are out. The I don't know what's the other one, crocuses or whatever. Some of them things are starting to pop up. Well, our daffodils are out. Um, so anyway, have a great weekend. Really take time to relax. Take time to smell the roses. Take a good long Sunday afternoon nap. Whatever, right? Come back refreshed. If you get some time, do some studying. You know, you could go to American Dream Trading channel over on on YouTube. Study some of those videos there. Let's not forget at 5 o'clock. Don has the aftermarket show over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Make sure you head on over there. So, how many over here on YouTube Live right now have actually watched or attended a aftermarket show at 5 o'clock, either live or watched one after the matter? Type in a 1 if you've watched the aftermarket show. Kind of curious. If you're still here. Hello? 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 Nobody? Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, okay. Only the paid members in here are answering. What about you people? All right, whatever. Sex the Trader has. There you go. I knew there was more. Joanne, good. Ange is on there a lot of the most nights. Tanner's been there. Doug, Extra Trader, Joanne. Who else? That's it? 4 and 5 of you, 6 of you? All right, anyway. Check that out at 5 o'clock Eastern time every night. We are live 3 times daily and Monday through Friday. Coach is live 9 to 11. I'm live 2 to 4, and the aftermarket show is 5 to 6, 6:30, 7, whatever time they get done talking. Thank you all for being here. So make sure you leave lasting positive memories with everybody that you come in contact with. And have a great weekend. Try to refresh your body, your mind, your soul, and increase your knowledge. I thank everybody for being here. And I will see you same time, same bat channel next Monday. See ya.
Thanks, Mark. Have a good night.